So we have Ralph and Laverne Davis here on the corner, and they've been here since the beginning. Then we have Dwayne and his wife, who've been here a long time. And then we have Thomas Dockery and his wife Sheila, who've been here a long time. Just basically this whole block here are professional people that have invested in the neighborhood a long time.
When I think about the Johnson Park neighborhood, I think about building my own home. It has to be 24 years ago now. When we first moved, there were 2 homes there, and now there are over 200 in the neighborhood. And in that neighborhood exists Johnson Park, Brown Street Academy, the House of Peace, and just a number of wonderful neighbors that have decided that we're going to make this part of the community a jewel that will continue for a long period of time.
What I think people don't realize Johnson Park is, I mean, we have the park behind this, which is Johnson Park, and also the neighborhood that's Johnson Park. And what I love when I've been canvassing, I've knocked on doors, I've met people from all walks of life, from homeowners to renters to firefighters to that person who's just trying to make a check, trying to make ends meet. So what I find as a collective, everyone has that pride. Everyone loves the neighborhood and they just want to see something happen. They want to feel connected to it again, because I mean, it is in their backyard.
So as I think back, 15 years ago, coming to the park for one of the very first times with the kids, there was maybe a bench in this park that was broken, and here we sit on gorgeous benches, and I look out at the green grass that wasn't green. And even before we could bring the kids over here, I'd send staff over to check the park. Can we go there today? We'd have to make sure there's no broken bottles on the playground or needles and things, but we'd still come because the kids need to get outside, they need to have fun, they need to have green space.
So for us to be able to awaken the soil and the community and the neighborhood through the rehabilitation of this land, through the structures that have been added, and the families who have reclaimed both the garden and the park and even the schoolyard. I get to watch that. I get to watch what happens in the evenings after you all have gone home.
Right.
And to see the families come out on the court and in the park and here in the garden.
I knew Johnson's Park before I knew Feeding America, because when I was working for County Executive Chris Abley, we did a dedication in the park honoring and recognizing Rotary, later to find out when I started working for Feeding America that the Rotary Club of Milwaukee founded Feeding America back in 1982, over 35 years ago. So talk about the investment, because now not only are we able to feed communities in greater Milwaukee, but all of eastern Wisconsin, that's 36 counties, to say their investment's been able to grow that way.
And so here we are 10 years later, and as a result of all the hard work that John did, rather than being in a stuffy classroom, they have a nature outdoor classroom. We have over 70 species of trees that have been planted, and we add to that every year. They have an area where they can go and conduct classrooms. There are platforms where they can go and perform.
Well, needless to say, I'm excited about Johnson Park because we have a Little League field that was built by Ricky Weeks and Brewers Community Foundation. Johnson Park is all about collaboration, not only with the neighbors and Rotary, but a number of funders that came together. So I'm excited about all of the young people that'll be running the bases. I'm excited about the people that will be doing walks around the park, and it just really makes a difference to have a quality outdoor space in a lovely neighborhood.
It's coming to a park that is just so improved and so much safer. We don't have to worry about pre-checking the park anymore. That ended with the investments that went into the park to make it safer, and that's a good feeling. The park is an integral part of our programming. We just got to keep it this way, though. Maintain it whatever it takes, whether it's a partnership and collaboration with all the partners and all the investors to keep it from ever going back to that condition.
There isn't a day that I'm at the garden where someone, and it's normally a middle-aged or young adult African-American male, who comes through the gate, comes to find me and asks for work. You know, what can I do? What can I do to earn a couple of dollars? You know, do you need some help? Because I need some work. And so when I have to turn away a grown man who is trying to feed a family, you know, that's real painful for me. All we've done so far is set the stage.
Absolutely.
There's so much more that really can happen.
Some of the challenges, I think, is the perception of our neighborhood. People say, oh, 17th and Fond du Lac, oh, 20th and Walnut, oh, 20th and Brown. But if you talk to a few of us homeowners, you'll get a clearer vision of the commitment of us that are living here and why we're living here.
My father said he was glad to be right after I learned to stand on my head but stop eating.
Who likes to read here?
Me!
Hey!
I think 20 years from now, we'll really be able to see the seeds that Rotary has planted within our organizations really showing and bearing fruit for our next generation.
Yes.
And so as we talk about your farmers and you talk about educating our children, they will then be our common council and mayor and business owners and executive directors.
And I've been seeing so many people hungry just to get involved. They want to see things happen at Johnson's Park, and I think that's beautiful. That's awesome, because we need the neighbors involved. Honestly, without the park it would be useless. It would just be sitting here looking pretty. Yeah, that's what I want to get on.
That sounds better.
This sounds better. Summertime, a little cool breeze. When I'm down, give me strength, I feel like Hercules. God bless you when the time traveling overseas. Africa, Brazil, Zulu, now I'm speaking Portuguese. Blood pressure, low, word about done. My lady next to me gave her a kiss, now she blushing. Got a certain nurse and praise him. God, that discussion, man, humble here, take it all away, no funding. Good to have a life, ain't all about the loot. Real estate, I'm working fast, working on the Gucci suit. But real wealth, now work, trying to prove on type of way the money, stomach, some cold fruit. Made it plant seeds now, hours I would bring in. Walking in the buildings, 100 people, they can shoot fly. Look out for your people, but don't try to do it too much. Counting on your money, leaning on them, hold them up when they hurt like a crud. My lady likes simple things like honesty, stability, and after church Sunday bread. After a little stop, finding Lakers real cool. I love her, man, she don't never ask for much, yo.